Welcome back to another Alliance War video. We have 4 Loki versus Jedi Assassins. It's one of the top war alliances in the game, so it should be a good war. To start off, I am bringing Big Daddy Green, Hulk, the best Hulk in the game, Shuri, and I am bringing... Who's my last champ? Oh, Surfer, of course, for the synergy with Hulk. It makes him buff immune. So I'm going to be going to path 2, and I'm actually jumping in war rather early because we were planning, and my team wasn't going to change, but we needed to know if an Elsa somewhere else on the map had recoil on. So I figured I would just go in here, boost up a bit, and just take this Wiccan. He has a small health pool, so I was just going to take this one fight and then kind of report back and see if we had recoil on this user, because the same user placed a Elsa in on the map as well. So just throwing on some boosts, and I really didn't think too much of this fight. I knew that I was going to be buff immune, so the placebos and stuff weren't going to matter. I do accidentally parry in the fight, and I wasn't sure if it would still trigger his incinerate or not, but I didn't want to parry to begin with, and I did this really quickly. I actually in the fight I forgot what his special one kind of looked like, and I should have only pushed him to a special one, to be honest, but it's Hulk and it's a Mystic, so you can see with one combo he's almost down 10%. So at this point I'm like, alright, I'm doing plenty of damage. I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'll just push him to SP2, and that's gonna suck because right there I accidentally parry, and this node has some sort of limber as well, but then I dex and I get 2 incinerates on me, and I'm like, oh my god. So now I'm just losing HP. It's gonna be potions, and I'm just like, okay, just beta heavy, counter him and throw this special 2, and he's dead. So that was just a quick little kind of fight to get on the map, but went back in plan, sent out assignments, and now we're ready to roll. I have this Rintra, who I was actually going to take with Hulk up until I took that last fight and realized that the neutralize was still going to trigger with a node, and Rintra was going to get a bunch of mystical charges. So I decided to use Shuri, who can't have her ability accuracy reduced, so neutralize will not work. However, I will be getting I was aware that the placebos would stack on me if I did the same basic combo in a row, and then MD would trigger, so I was a little worried about that. And the first part of the fight, I'm trying to just, you know, parry medium, light, medium, and then heavy, and then at this point I actually start worrying. You see, that's why I didn't do the same combo. I actually start worrying because I have 2 armor ups and MD. So I'm like, oh great, I need to, like, I have an invulnerability boost, but I really need to manage this these armor ups with his MD. And I actually get pushed to an SP2, which is not what I wanted to do. I want to, you know, obviously spam SB1s to get those critical shocks and passive precisions up. But the first part of this fight, after I throw those SP2, I'm just like, okay, just bait specials. I'm not going to trigger dex, so that's fine, and try to alternate my combo so I don't have to deal with too many buffs. And right here, you know, I'm just like, okay, I gotta bait this because MD was going to push him over, and I'm going to throw a right there I throw a combo, and I should have heavied. So I think after this point I'm like, okay, I want to throw this SP1, get this off, and then I'm going to just start doing a better job of managing my combo. And there I heavy, I throw medium, light, medium into my SP1, and I'm like, all right, okay, once Shuri gets going, she'll start melting this cow and I'll be fine. So right there I medium, light, medium, I tell myself heavy, and he throws this special 1 right away. I know that I knocked him down, so medium, light, medium into a special 1, and now we're cooking. So I'm like, all right, cool. Got some sort of a rhythm going on here. I'm gonna knock him down, get some charges off of him, and he's got 24 critical shocks. He's ticking for about 2k tick, which is about 4k a second. At this point, you know, I'm not really too worried about anything, so I throw a combo into a special one. Don't care about the placebo at this point, and he's just gonna die. So started out a little weird, and then I kind of settled down in the fight, and it was fine. Now, what I should have done is thought more about this fight, but I wanted to use my invulnerability boost right into this. And this node has Mephisto has a node to where anytime you're immune to a buff, he power gains, and Mephisto obviously has his own power gain with his aura. And so initially I was like, okay, I'm gonna slow play it and just do that. However, as this fight kind of builds, I start realizing a few things, that I can't just tank an SB3 from him, because if I'm over 2 bars, he's gonna have his aura permanently. And right here, you see that he's power gaining, and with his aura, I'm just like, oh man. So I don't dex there, but I'm like, I gotta make a decision, because I have to throw my SB3 or my special, so he doesn't. I push him right here. I have to throw this, so he doesn't get his permanent aura. Now, I also am looking at the regen, and I'm like, oh man, I should have had Max Despair on for this fight. I didn't reset my masteries for that. I should have Science boosted, so I could at least, you know, spam some specials to really kind of nuke him down. And right here I go into Gamma, which is great, but I'm noticing that his regen is quite a bit. He has 2, and I'm like, oh man, I really need to kind of manage that. And right there, I get lucky that he doesn't throw his SB3, and I go for the kill shot here, and 100k crit thankfully kills him. That could have been really bad, and that's just really because my masteries weren't set up for that. With Max Despair, it really would have mitigated a lot of that regen, and I would have just done a much better job for it. So now we're in section 2, and we have this mojo up on path 2, and the nodes basically feed the attacker buffs, but Hulk is buff immune. So now I am science boosted. I'm going to be taking this through my last few fights, and I'm just really going to get to my special 3, whether I'm in Gamma or not, and then throw it and kill him. But I'm going to try to bait some special ones this time. I think last time I just went total nuke job versus this mojo, but essentially, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I can just take my time a little bit as it builds. So right here, I back off, and I just kind of want to throw this. I have Max Petrify on, so I'm doing short combos, so I can limit his power gain while stunned. That's really what I'm doing. That way I'm limiting his power and trying to maximize how many furies I gain with how much power he gains, so I don't have to bait too many specials. And here I should have done probably another parry into a combo to possibly go Gamma and then throw this, and probably kills him, to be honest with you. But he's at 8%, but he comes at me, I parry, throw my special 1, and he's dead. So pretty straightforward fight. There's really nothing scary about that with Hulk and the Surfer synergy. Next up, we have a Domino, and for this fight, it's EMP modification. So any buffs that you gain, basically, she gains a charge, and then when she throws a special, you get shocked. But Shuri is shock immune, and she doesn't gain any buffs. She's immune to any personal buffs, I should say, but she will be gaining buffs via the node, so it doesn't really matter. The only danger here is that if I get hit, there is an energy damage that you can receive from the EMP node. So I just want to make sure that I am parrying from a distance, trying to parry to build up my matrix charges, and I want to get over 10 when I throw that special 1, because then I'll really stack the precisions, and then I'll be able to do some major damage when I hit her. So at this point, I'm like, okay, you know, she's really kind of melting, and I throw my special 1 while she's lucky right there, because she cannot evade Shuri's specials when it doesn't matter if she's lucky or not. No one can evade Shuri's specials at all. So really quick fight, really smooth. Shuri's a great counter for Domino on the map, especially right there. The next fight is this Mangog. And you know, like, Mangok 54 has been around for a while, and it's just been a pain for a lot of different alliances. You know, there's counters that come up, and Spidey 99 totally makes him a potato when played correctly. Hulk's been around now, so he completely nukes it. But you know, you still do duels, and you practice and stuff. And the danger is that, you know, when you do the 4-hit combo and hold block, that the AI sometimes just throws a special into your block. And you know, we see that with Bishop fights and Mango fights across the boards, where it's just like, it's just bad AI RNG, right? And as this fight builds, I'm like, you know, it's going fine, and I just got to get to my special 3, tank his special 3, and basically just kill him. But there's a moment where I just kind of see him getting ready to throw his special 2, and I've practiced a partial dex in the past. I never in a million years thought that I would you know, pull it off. Right here I do a short combo, and you know, right here, and then I hold block, and he does it. So I dash back once and then hold block, and I'm actually surprised. You see me kind of pause right there, like waiting for him to come at me, and I'm like, wow, I got the partial dex. I still have my involve, so I can keep going with my strategy. So right here, you know, I'm just baiting heavies and gonna push him red, and I actually go into gamma here. So this is perfect because I can throw my special 3, get a big physical vulnerability on him, and then tank his, and I don't have to feed him any more power. So he's at 52% right now. I basically have all my gamma furies up, and we're gonna come out of this, and I'm gonna have at least a bar of power. So I'm going to bait a heavy here because he's got me in the corner, and I think he's gonna push me to 2 bars, but this ends the fight. Just the 224k red damage right there. So that's it for my war. Unfortunately, we Andrew got that boss down, but unfortunately we did lose this war 6-3. Shout out to Karate Mike, Drew, and Trevor for the MVPs. So we are 5-5 on the season with 2 wars left, looking to close out strong so we finish in Masters. I will see you guys in the next one.